Hi, this is James Hahn with Real Life Rosary, and this is a daily meditation for real life. When I'm speaking at parishes, or sometimes I'll get emails, I'll have people come up to me after a talk and say, you know what, please pray for my son. Please pray for my coworker. Please pray for my daughter. She's losing her faith. She's left the faith. She went off to college and now she doesn't believe anymore. Please pray for these people. And you can feel the heartache just coming through their stories, because they want so very much what's best for these people, for their loved ones, for their friends. But for whatever reason, whether it's the world or whether it's, the evil one, whoever, they're being pulled away. And these people have just terrible stories about their love for their family and friends and how they're just drifting. They're lost. And I often try to comfort them as best I can with a story that I heard long ago about this young man who, like them, and maybe like you, were very much on fire for the faith. No, he didn't go out and he didn't have to preach all the time, he lived it. But he was very much on fire for the faith, and he was just trying to tell people about God, trying to help bring them closer to Him, trying to help them find that intimate relationship with the Lord. And he wasn't afraid to talk to anybody. He didn't think he was too good to talk to the people on the street, the homeless. He didn't think he was not good enough to talk to politicians or leaders or anyone like that. He would talk to anybody who would listen. But not everybody would, and those who didn't always really care for what he had to say. He tried to live a strong life of faith, and even so, many people ignored him or didn't want to hear what he had to say. If I said this young man's name, you would all know who he is. I think we're all familiar with him. His name is Jesus Christ. Think about that. Jesus Christ. In today's gospel, Jesus is in his own hometown. It says he's in his native place. And he can't work any miracles there. Why? Because he has no power? No, because there's no faith. The people think that they know him for whatever reason. They saw him grow up. They think, why should we listen to this kid? Well, I knew him when he was in diapers, right? Why should I listen to what he has to say? He has trouble with his own hometown. So in some way, this should give us comfort that even Jesus struggled to share the faith with some people. All of the readings today on Sunday are about that very problem. In the first reading, the Lord says to the prophet Ezekiel to go and preach his name, and he tells him at the very end of this passage, preach it. Tell them about God, whether they heed it or not. And that's the goal. We shouldn't look for successes, we should just look to be faithful. St. Paul says the same thing in the second reading, that it doesn't matter what happens to him, he's going to preach it. He's so excited about preaching it, in fact, that the Lord gives him a thorn in his flesh to kind of, whoa, slow down, Paul, because not everyone's going to be able to keep up with you. But again, Paul's rejected, Jesus was rejected, Ezekiel was rejected. So we have to take comfort in knowing that no matter how much our love for these other people, it's grace, it's prayer, it's sacrifice that makes the difference. And it's not all on us. If Jesus couldn't get people to convert, don't worry about your efforts. Just be faithful. We're not called to be successful. I think Mother Teresa said we're called to be faithful. So that's my challenge to you today, is to step back a bit, relax a bit, and think about, how am I evangelizing? Am I just badgering my son or daughter about the faith? Or am I living it? Am I making it attractive to other people? And if it doesn't happen now, we can continue to pray. Pray to St. Monica, who prayed for years and years and years and years and years for her son to convert. And when he does, boom, man, it is incredible. We get St. Augustine, right? One of the great saints of the church. So today, step back. Take a look at your evangelization process, and don't fret over every little thing. Let God do His thing. You just be faithful. I'll try to be faithful, and hopefully we'll bring more people to Christ. Have an awesome day. May God bless you. This is James Hahn with Real Life Rosary, and a daily meditation for real life.